She called for help, you all.
Yes.
And she was murdered in her own home.
Those were words spoken by Sonya Massey's family and those supporters. Indeed, minutes after a verdict was announced for the man who shot their daughter. Good evening. I'm Kelly Finley in for Brandon.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Former Deputy Sean Grayson was found guilty of second-degree murder. The jury reaching that decision after more than 11 hours of deliberations and over a year since Massey was killed in her home. WCIA3's Brandon Morano is live from Peoria now. Brandon, set the scene for us.
Jennifer, I asked Sonya Massey's father, James Wilburn, today what he thinks that Sonya would have said if she was alive today. He told me, quote, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and that "I love you, Dad," because that's how they were in their calls together. He called her a daddy's girl before tearing up. Now, the man that killed his daughter, Sean Grayson, has been convicted of second-degree murder. Massey's family doesn't see that as justice. From the time the jury got into the courtroom to the time the verdict was read was very brief. Judge Cadigan read the verdict, skipping over the first 3 counts of first-degree murder and going directly to the guilty verdict on second degree. The penalties for each are very different in Illinois. First-degree murder could have carried a sentence of decades to life in prison if the firearm enhancement was added. That didn't happen. Second-degree murder carries a sentence of anywhere from 4 to 20 years in the state of Illinois, meaning Grayson could be out in just a couple years' time or no time at all if he gets probation. That's something we brought up to civil rights attorney Antonio Romanucci, who says the family was hoping for a first-degree conviction, and now they're hoping for the max sentence. Massey's father, James Wilburn, also saying this afternoon, quote, "Sean Grayson should be able to walk out of prison when my daughter gets up and walks out of that burial vault." They added, their fight's not over. Here's more from Romanucci.
He had the power of a gun. He had the strength of a badge and a shield. And what did he do with that strength and power? He told Sonya, who was holding a pot, "I am going to shoot you in the face."
Now, Grayson's sentencing is scheduled for January 29th in Sangamon County, not here in Peoria County. That'll be at 9 a.m. in the Sangamon County Courthouse. Jennifer?
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Now, from inside the courthouse to what's been happening outside since that verdict came down this afternoon, supporters of the Massey family have rallied outside since last week. At this trial today, these same groups gathered to hear Massey's family speak, and they reacted to the second-degree murder conviction.
WCIA3's Amanda Brennan joins us now live from Peoria. Amanda, we heard from her cousin who shared that he was filled with rage after this verdict was given.
Kelly, correct. And right after that, he says, quote, "I will dedicate the rest of my life to dismantling the system that created this." Him and other members of the Massey family share a similar sentiment. Her father, James, says, quote, "There will be justice for Sean Grayson, maybe not in this life, but the next." He's upset Grayson was a law enforcement officer in Sangamon County to begin with. He wishes Grayson never had a badge or gun, but he says his joy now is knowing he'll see his daughter again. "Whenever the sun opens, I will see her again," he told the community today. Teresa Haley, Springfield's NAACP president, says this is not justice, and she is ready for a change in Illinois and across the country.
We have to continue to fight to change the laws because there's no justice. It's just us. And we are tired of standing alone.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump and Antonio Romanucci says in part, quote, "While we believe Grayson's actions deserved a first-degree conviction, today's verdict is still a measure of justice for Sonya Massey." Now, you can read that full statement on our website, as well as a full report on what has happened inside of the Peoria County Courthouse since last Monday up until that verdict was read today. Now, we've also brought you plenty of coverage regarding some protesters who have been outside of the courthouse. They are no longer here. They left when many family members left after that press conference earlier this afternoon. Reporting live in Peoria, I'm Amanda Brennan, WCIA3, your local news leader.
Amanda, thank you so much.